it's Rachel from RedAnt Fashions. Yep, I'm still in Ojai. Gonzo and I are still here. We have been hanging out with my little sister. I believe we're in like week 2 or I think week 3 of doing the vegan thing. It's been actually really, really good for me. My body went through a lot of different changes with it, which was kind of interesting to watch the way that it acclimated to it. But it was definitely challenging at first. The headaches have gone away. I am learning to eat every 2 hours, which is a little bit weird. I'm not used to eating this much food. And it's all good food for you, but I'm not used to eating this much food. So it's definitely been interesting, and a little bit challenging because it's exhausting to eat so much. But it's been good for me. I'm definitely noticing changes that I'm liking in my body. So that is good. My digestive tract is starting to mellow out. Anyone that knows me knows I'm obsessed with poop, because I don't do it as often as most people do, and it frustrates me, and it's been a problem most of my life, and then it became like a serious problem as I've gotten older, and especially now in my 30s. And then I did a lot of meds, probably 5 years ago, medications, because I did all sorts of therapy with my son, and as well as I did medications were definitely one of the modalities that I used as a tool. But it definitely messed up my digestive tract even worse than it already was. So it's already like slow and sluggish. But then on top of it, it was just like I couldn't pass anything, and I just felt toxic. And I've been gaining weight like crazy this last 2 years, and I can't seem to get it off, and I just feel swollen and puffy all the time. So trying this vegan thing is definitely new for me, and it's definitely different for me because cheese and chicken are like a really big thing for me. Like I crave it as I get older. So it's been interesting to supplement that with other things, and I'm not starving myself or restricting myself in the sense that I'm not allowing myself to have it. If I have a craving, I have just a little tiny bit of it, and then I'm over it. So I've been good about that, but it's definitely helped my digestive tract, and I'm actually starting to digest things, and I'm actually starting to get regular, and it's taken 3 weeks for my body to balance itself out and freak out. And I'm starting to, this week has been the first week where it's like it finally balanced out, where I've literally made a bowel movement every day this week, and it's been awesome, I must say. I know you guys are like, why is she talking about poop? Because it's a really big thing, and I get really super obsessed with it simply because everyone does it but me, and it's really frustrating for me. And I've done all sorts of different natural remedies to help with it, and that's why I get like so obsessed with enemas. I get super obsessed with enemas because it's the only thing that helps move things along, and I get really super frustrated and depressed about it, which doesn't help, I know, but I've tried everything. So it was actually, Sarah was just like, just try it, let's try this diet and see if it actually does help, and see if we can't flush your system and kind of maybe regulate it. And she has put me on a few different vitamin supplements and mineral supplements that she kind of put together her own little recipe for me to see if it would help. And so I have been taking her minerals and her herbs and vitamins, and then drinking her teas and doing the whole vegan diet, and it actually has. It just took a while for my body to acclimate to it and to stop freaking out. So that was actually really kind of awesome, and I'm actually starting to have more energy. So we've been hiking and going out into nature as well, and taking the dogs places, which has been really, really cool. So it's definitely been a really good experience. So we'll see if I'm able to figure out how to stay on this, because we're trying to make it a habit where it's a lifestyle change and not just some kind of diet crash, because I'm really happy about the fact that I'm actually digesting food. This is really, really cool. Also, I think that means that I'm actually starting to let go of things emotionally and maybe start digesting and processing information as well. That's what they kind of say, that when you're having that kind of stuff, there's also, I mean, I really do honestly believe that your systems aren't segregated. They really are integrated together, in the sense that your mind, body, and spirit are all very much connected, and one completely affects the other. So I do think there was a lot of emotional stuff that I've been holding on to that I wasn't even aware that I was holding on to. And I think I was having trouble letting go of it and moving forward and processing stuff. And I do think that this trip out here has actually really helped with that, because I really feel like coming out here, I came home essentially, and I'm starting to look at things a lot differently than I did when I left. I've been gone for 10 years, and so it's like looking at different situations and relationships and events that I've held so very dearly to myself, or I've really coveted, or have been very protective about, or haven't talked about ever. I mean, I'm starting to talk about my relationship with my father, and that's really huge for me, because most people don't even know I have a dad, because I don't talk about him. There's certain people in my life I just don't talk about ever. And if I do, I'll kind of like brush over it, or I'll tell you little tidbits, but I don't ever get into depth about the dynamics, simply because it's very personal for me and it's very private to me, because they're very dear to me. So I'm starting to talk about it, and starting by doing that, I am starting to really look at things differently, but really process different events and emotions that I've been holding on to and just ignoring or pushing to the side because I don't really want to deal with it. So there has been a lot of that kind of letting go. So I really feel like this trip out here has been very, very healing, and it's been a part of my growth process, and really stepping into my own. So it's been super awesome. So I'll keep you guys posted and let you guys know how things go. But yeah, I just want to let you know I'm pooping. It's really cool. You guys should do it too.